Here, I want to get it right. The current U.S. Supreme Court is a threat to our democracy. The current U.S. Supreme Court is a threat to our democracy. Did I read that right?
What I can say is that our organization...
But is that on your website?
I am not certain exactly what's on the website.
Here it is, right?
Can you tell me which justices are for sale? That's the explosive question Senator John Kennedy fired at a Democratic witness during a heated Senate hearing, demanding answers over past tweets that appeared to accuse members of the U.S. Supreme Court of being influenced by money and political power. Did the witness stand by those statements or back away when pressed? Stay with me as we break down every major moment from this tense exchange. Before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest political hearings, congressional showdowns, and breaking news.
Tell me which justices are for sale.
I don't recall that tweet, but...
Here it is. November 21, 2022. Can you tell me which justices are for sale?
No.
Are any of them for sale?
No, the problem is that the American public has a perception that some justices may be.
I'm going to establish the point first. I want to know, you tweeted this out. Do you believe that some justices are for sale? And if so, which ones?
No, Senator, I do not believe that justices are for sale.
Then why?
Senator John Kennedy engaged in a tense exchange during a Senate hearing, questioning witnesses about criticism of the U.S. Supreme Court, judicial ethics, and public trust. This video provides a factual breakdown of the hearing, the key questions raised, and the responses from the witnesses. If you enjoy congressional hearing breakdowns, courtroom news, and political analysis, be sure to like, subscribe, and join the discussion in the comments.
Legal Center, is that right?
That's correct.
Is your website campaignlegal.org?
Correct.
Okay. Does not the front page of your website say, I'm going to quote here, I want to get it right, the current U.S. Supreme Court is a threat to our democracy? The current U.S. Supreme Court is a threat to our democracy. Did I read that right?
What I can say is that our organization...
But is that on your website?
I am not certain exactly what's on the website.
Here it is, right here,
Okay.
big as Dallas.
What that refers to is the voting rights voting rights cases of the Supreme Court. Our organization is a voting rights organization that fights for all Americans to have the ability to vote.
Yeah, but you got to click a bunch of times to find that explanation. I just want to make sure I read that correctly. A few months ago, Mr. Payne, you retweeted the following statement. Some justices are politicians in robes who thrive in a system where access and influence are for sale. Some justices are politicians in robes who thrive in a system where access and influence are for sale. Now, that's a pretty bold statement.
I'm sorry, Senator, is that a news article?
No, sir. That's a retweet here. You tweeted this out. Tell me which justices are for sale.
I don't recall that tweet, but...
Here it is. November 21, 2022. Can you tell me which justices are for sale?
No.
Are any of them for sale?
No, the problem is that the American public has a perception that some justices may be.
I'm going to establish the point first. I want to know, you tweeted this out. Do you believe that some justices are for sale? And if so, which ones?
No, Senator, I do not believe that justices are for sale.
Then why'd you tweet this out?
What, can you provide more context of what that is?
I'll get you a copy, but here it is. I checked it and triple checked it. You also said less than a month ago that John Roberts, you retweeted this out. John Roberts is a disgrace.
No, I actually,
Not I disagree with Justice Roberts. Well, you didn't call him Chief Justice Roberts. You called him John Roberts.
no, this is,
Or
that's,
you retweeted this.
no, Senator, I did not retweet that.
Yes, sir, you did, right here.
I will
As
need
big
to
as
see,
Dallas.
can you provide a copy to me
Sure.
now? But
Sure.
I did not retweet.
Can you tell me why you think Chief Justice Roberts is a disgrace?
I did not say that, did not retweet that.
Oh, okay. Maybe Twitter got it wrong.
Someone got it wrong.
Let me ask you this, because the unstated premise of all this, sometimes it's stated, but the unstated premise of all this is that some justices have been bribed. Let's just cut to the chase. Okay? Now, let me stay with you, Mr. Payne. Well, no, let me go to Mr. Fogel. I don't want to just pick on you, Mr. Payne. You can be looking up on Twitter where you said those things. On April 4th, 2019, the American Civil Liberties Union paid for Justice Sotomayor's trip to San Juan, Puerto Rico. You ever been to San Juan, Mr. Fogel? Is it expensive?
I keep forgetting. Well, it depends when you go.
Yeah. How much you think it costs to go down there?
Depends whether you fly first class or economy.
What if you fly first class?
Oh, probably a couple $1,000s
Okay.
Yeah.
The ACLU, do they have cases in front of the Supreme Court?
all the time.
They do, all the time?
Sure.
Do you think the ACLU was trying to bribe Justice Sotomayor?
No, sir, I don't.
I don't either. But that's the unstated premise of all of this.
Well, Senator, if I
All
may,
these articles about Justice Clarence Thomas and the Chief Justice in the United States and Justice Gorsuch, who sold an interest in an LLC to a Democratic donor who had never met, that they bought him, isn't it?
may I say something in
course.
response, Senator? I think there are two things going on here today. I think there is a political conflict, which is, as I said earlier, it's very intense. It's hyper-partisan. Both sides have things to say. And then I think there's an ethical issue.
One of the most heated moments of the hearing came when Senator John Kennedy questioned Campaign Legal Center Representative Mr. Payne over statements appearing on the organization's website and social media. Kennedy first pointed to a message on the Campaign Legal Center website stating that the current U.S. Supreme Court is a threat to our democracy. He asked Mr. Payne whether that language appeared on the site's front page. Payne acknowledged the organization focuses on voting rights and explained that the statement referred to Supreme Court decisions involving voting rights, although he said he was not certain about the exact wording being quoted. The questioning then shifted to social media. Senator Kennedy cited posts that he said Payne had reposted, including one claiming that some justices are politicians in robes who thrive in a system where access and influence are for sale. Kennedy repeatedly asked which justices the statement referred to and whether Payne believed any members of the court were actually for sale. Payne denied believing that Supreme Court justices were for sale and stated that he did not recall the specific post. Kennedy continued pressing him, arguing that such statements imply corruption without providing evidence. The senator also referenced another social media post criticizing Chief Justice John Roberts. Payne disputed Kennedy's characterization and said he did not believe he had reposted the statement in question. Kennedy argued that repeated accusations against the court contribute to a public perception that justices have been improperly influenced, even when no direct evidence of bribery exists. The discussion then moved to another witness, Mr. Fogel. Kennedy brought up a 2019 trip to Puerto Rico taken by Justice Sonia Sotomayor that was reportedly paid for by the American Civil Liberties Union. Kennedy asked whether the ACLU, which frequently appears before the Supreme Court, was attempting to bribe the justice. Fogel rejected that suggestion, saying he did not believe the trip amounted to bribery. Kennedy agreed that he also did not believe it was bribery but argued that media coverage of ethics issues involving various justices often creates an impression of corruption. Fogel responded by distinguishing between political disagreements and legitimate ethics concerns. He argued that transparency and stronger ethical standards could help improve public confidence in the court without accusing individual justices of criminal conduct. Kennedy closed by questioning how Congress could improve public trust when, in his view, public officials and advocacy groups make highly charged statements about Supreme Court justices. The hearing concluded shortly afterward as the chair recognized the next senator for questioning. The exchange highlighted an ongoing debate in Washington over judicial ethics, public confidence in the Supreme Court, and whether criticism of the court crosses the line into accusations that are not supported by evidence. Regardless of political views, the discussion underscored how issues of transparency, accountability, and public trust remain central to debates surrounding the nation's highest court. What do you think? Did Senator Kennedy raise important questions about public trust and judicial